Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Backpacking Scrubs, episode number 7. Everybody, introduce yourselves.
No.
Oh,
I'm Schwamps.
I'm Junky Junka.
I'm Visual Face.
I don't know who I am.
You could have been Aaron.
And I'm Pops. All right. So, big deal this week in the gaming industry, E3.
That.
What did you guys think?
Pretty good.
I think the Xbox is just awesome.
Oh yeah, I've got 5 on pre-order.
I think Peter's a troll.
I've already got one upstairs.
Yeah, I'm sure we've got an Xbox One somewhere in the loft.
Yeah.
I'm positive we've got the first Xbox, but I just don't know where it is.
The first Xbox.
Well, it is Xbox One. That's what it was. It was the first Xbox.
Did anyone see that going around as soon as the Xbox One got revealed?
Yeah.
There was a picture going around of a guy holding a VHS recorder and an Xbox One. Said, "How do you feel? I've got the Xbox One first."
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a good E3 for some people. Kind of shitty for others. Namely Microsoft. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it went.
I don't think Nintendo did terribly well either. I think the new console was kind of
Nintendo
just.
never does though.
No, it's
I mean, their market is so, I guess, I would say small just because of most gamers, people who consider gamers or hardcore gamers, isn't really going to buy a Wii.
Well, I mean, if you think about E3 is more for like new technologies and everything like that. And like the Wii and Nintendo are like geared towards kids and like families.
Yeah.
So like, who really watches E3 to find out about the new Wii U games?
Well, I kind of read somewhere or heard somewhere that Capcom are on about calling it a day on producing titles for the Wii U. And I reckon if that happens, then that's practically the Wii U done with. Once Capcom like just comes off from producing games for it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And
It seems that a Nintendo, the Wii console, it's hard to get developers to support the console. It seems, EA wasn't supporting it for a while, and
I just think, for publishers, it's kind of a dead market. It's just a small percentage of like sales, because you can kind of see why, because they don't really produce Call of Duty titles for it, or Battlefield. I mean, did you ever play a COD game on the Wii? It was just fucking awful.
That was so
It was.
bad.
It looked like you were swatting flies. Seriously, trying to use the remote, you just looked like somebody who'd gone completely fucking bonkers.
I have played Black Ops 1 on the Wii,
It was horrendous.
and it was awful. It just wasn't like a good experience at all.
No.
I just
Yeah, but you playing Call of Duty is not a good experience at all.
I think playing
Sure.
Call of Duty itself is not a good experience anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's become abysmal.
So, E3.
What games did you guys like that you saw?
Ooh. It was quite
There's a couple I saw that were really good. I think Battlefield 4 looked good. The Division, I think it's called.
Yeah,
That
that
looks
really
really-
good.
Was that the one that was like that co-op where they were like playing it was like
awesome.
4 different players and they like ran into another group that was in the game? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
open-
that-
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I thought it was.
That's,
Yeah, that one looked pretty good.
I don't know. For me, that's kind of the eye opener for me. I'd really be interested to see that game, kind of see how it plays and feels and stuff like that. I'd gladly scrub off COD for that. Just not interested in the franchise anymore. It's just boring. It's just it's just going to be the same thing next time out for Call of Duty, just masked differently.
Are you just figuring this out, Aaron?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's always been rebadged stuff.
Yeah, I know, but you'd hope that they would change it a little bit, kind of next gen, and stuff like that. But
Well, I mean, you've got that old phrase, if it ain't broke, they'll fix it, but, it don't apply for that.
I think
Well,
in a
we're
sense that
fixing
it
it.
is broke.
I was gonna say it is broken.
It is
Yeah, it
very.
is. Yeah. No, I agree. It's broken. It's the people who play the fucking 14-year-olds who play don't think it's broken.
Hey, easy. It's not just 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's some 15.
13. But, yeah, for me, The Order, that was one. I just looked.
Yes.
I know you didn't really see a lot of it, but it just looks something that could be quite spectacular if it's done right. So.
Yeah. Also, was it The Witcher 3? I think looked kind of good too.
Yeah, The Witcher's always been like a really good series. It's always been popular on PC, like the first one, and then the second one was apparently supposed to have at some point made it for PS3, but I don't think it's going to materialise because they're going for the number 3. But it's always done well, PC, and then they did The Witcher 2 for Xbox. And it proved quite popular, but yeah, I don't know what else.
It seems strange that they're like starting off with, number 3 on a console. Why
Yeah.
not? It seems a bit weird.
I think it's kind of because I know the PS4 and the Xbox One are both AMD powered. I think it's like the same kind of similar architecture. Specs wise, like 8 gig of RAM, the same, apparently supposedly the same graphics.
Yeah.
I've heard that the
So-
PlayStation was supposed to have better graphics.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is that, but it's just, as far as I know, they're kind of similarly based, architecture-wise and that, so you can kind of understand, why they've done The Witcher 3 now, because it's like they said that they built the system for the developers more, so making it easier for them to, to the
Yeah.
game. So perhaps they just thought, well, we can go from what we're doing now, and we can implement that on PS4.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that, it's going to be the similar situation where, you'll see PS3 titles on the PS4, like stuff from the past, like on the store and that. So that's what I'm kind of hoping it's not too difficult for, devs and stuff to use games. Yeah, I know there was loads of stuff out there I did like, and I just cannot remember what it was.
Was there any game that you saw that was Xbox One only that you would like to see on PS3 or PS4?
Yeah, I
sorry.
know what we're all gonna. I know what you'd probably say. I don't know where I'd say that'd be that Titanfall, but
Yeah.
it's
I looked at that earlier, and although it very much looks like a COD in some respects, but there's parts of it where I don't like it as a game like those Titans.
yeah, but they're kind of like there's like a limit on when you can get it and stuff, and it just looks like somebody else can just take it out anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't take a lot to just get you.
It seems to be more like a kill streak type thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of like it's I saw the trailer of him playing that. What game mode was it? It was kind of like Domination, wasn't it, or something similar? I
Like-
don't know. It looked like it, and he was getting points off the kills, and I don't know whether that was counting towards him getting the Titan or not. But it kind of looked like it did. But
I mean, I'm not totally kind of amazed by it at all, and I bet probably Respawn are now kicking themselves
well,
thinking
it's
of the
prob-
feedback that
the-
the Xbox has got.
The problem is that that project probably started development like before next gen was even thought about. So they were still developing for PS3 and the Xbox at the time. So it's probably not until later on they decided to put it onto Xbox One, and that's why it doesn't look as good as like some of these. Yeah,
Didn't Respawn sign a deal with EA not long after it was Respawn was announced? Didn't they sign a deal shortly after? Yeah, I think they did.
It was about like six to 10 months later after Modern Warfare 2 was out, wasn't it? The whole
something like that.
deal was about. So if you think about it, we've sat through nearly 3 CODs since then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
I definitely would have guessed at least at the 2-year mark, like 2 years from now, that the devs or maybe like Sony and Microsoft would have already announced to developers that they were going to be, next gen consoles coming out.
well,
This is the kit that we're using.
hasn't Titanfall been delayed by another year anyway?
I don't know. I thought it was out. I thought it was out next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I read somewhere that apparently it was going to be delayed by a year or something. But
So it's another delay. I wonder how long they've been working on that game. It's going to be a good while.
Well, to be honest, I mean, the map that they showed on E3 was quite huge. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it kind of looks in the same type of aspect map-wise, like it might be a battlefield, type, you know, similar size and stuff like, you know, what their maps are like.
In all honesty, maybe there's slight differences, but Titanfall for Xbox is like Destiny for the PS4.
I can't remember what Destiny is. I watched so much, but some of it I just completely forgot.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of, it looks pretty much the same thing. There's a bit like differences, but they kind of, in some respects, some may disagree, that they look pretty much the same game.
Okay.
In some respects, so you'd probably have to check it out. But
Destiny's from Bungie, right?
it wouldn't push me to buy an Xbox just because it was the old Call of Duty team making it. But other than that, I think the most important thing is that PS4 will rule, gentlemen.
So, I mean, the fact that they also priced it lower helps it too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big thing.
I mean, overall, where's everyone's thoughts on the whole Xbox PS4 situation?
Well, you know, I mean, yeah, your thoughts are going to be, well, am I going to pay, you know, $500 or £430, or am I going to pay $400 and 350 quid for a console? Yeah, I know there's like a few. You're going to get the diehard fanboys that are going to think, oh, I'm going to buy an Xbox One because it's better, but it's not, regardless of what they think, or, you know. And you're going to get people that are going to think, well, you know, if I can save myself £80 or $100 and get, you know, the same kind of, you know, technology, brand new, next-gen console, and the money that I save I can use for other stuff like a game or, you know, whatever. I'd say people are just going to go for the PS3, and by like most accounts, what I've been seeing, like being tweeted, that Sony might not be able to cope with demand on release date. Apparently, they're saying that there might be a shortage of consoles. That could just be like, you know, pushing people to pre-order it anyway.
Yeah.
But you look at the figures and stuff of like polls and stuff, and it's just like, you know, PS4 is just out polling.
I bet Sony are absolutely laughing their heads off at Microsoft.
Oh, of course. I mean, they did over E3. They just took the piss out of them.
They did. I love that video. The trading game.
Yeah, I saw that again the other day, and I just couldn't stop laughing. It was just so funny.
It really is.
If it was reversed, where the PS4 kind of sucked and the Xbox One was, you know, going to be good, would you actually buy the Xbox, or would you stick with the PS4?
Ooh.
I don't
That's
know.
a good question. You see, the thing why I like the PlayStation is because it has better exclusives. I like the Uncharted series, Killzone series, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just always thought that it's always been a better console,
I
regardless.
can get an Xbox so I don't have to play with Aaron anymore.
You buy me one.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would. I think I'd stick with what I'm used to. I mean, I've had an Xbox in the past, and, you know, I mean, I've played that for a couple of months while the PSN network was down.
Yeah.
And I never touched it. I think I put it on like maybe 3-4 times, but for no period longer than like a couple of hours. And in the end, I just got rid of it because it was just sitting there collecting dust.
There's
Yeah.
nothing enticing about the Xbox to me. There's nothing enticing about it at all. Like,
Yeah. Only time I use mine is if I want to put the kids on the Kinect. That's about it. Otherwise, it just sits there and does nothing.
That's it.
yeah, from what I see is that, you know, what I don't like is that Microsoft buy their way into exclusives. You know,
Yeah.
such as Duty and stuff like that, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all because they're just hogging the market with cash and all that because they can.
Well, they do that just purely because if people want to play those games, they're going to have to buy an Xbox. That's it. That's their market strategy, and it's just like, you know, we'll buy it all, and then we'll just force everybody to buy our own system. And
I bet some of the developers and publishers are regretting it now, though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course they are. You know, that's what I'm saying. I bet Respawn are kicking themselves. You know, I bet they're
But I
like,
think these guys had to have known. I mean, I don't think this was just like this news was just like popped on them at E3. Also, they had to have known what was going on before.
Yeah, you would have thought that maybe it's in some sort of contract or something.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, that's not. I mean, Dead Island, not Dead Island, Dead Rising. That's
Oh yeah, that's
only as well.
annoyed me. That has.
It kind of annoyed me, but then I thought, well, the last couple of things that they did for Dead Rising 2, they did those couple of expansions or whatever, and then one was a standalone. They were, all it was just the same Dead Rising 2, and they just changed like a few of the missions and that, and I thought, well, this is no different, but they're charging that much for it. And I just thought, you're as lazy as Activision, and I thought, no, I can't be arsed. And at that point, I didn't want to bother with Dead Rising 3 if it even come out. I just thought, sorry, I don't care. And then when I watched I was watching it on the Microsoft thing, and it said like Dead Rising 3 exclusive to Xbox only, and I thought, well, fuck it, then you can keep it. I don't want it. And it's not. I'm not bothered by it. I presume at some point, like the developers are going to be thinking, well, you know, if I see how many like Xbox One units have been shifted, and then see how many PS4 units have been shifted, and then they're going to think like, well, you know what? I think we made a bit of a mistake by not allowing it to go on the PS4, just because they signed a contract with Microsoft, just limiting it to that console. Yeah.
What was the gentleman? I can't remember. What was the guy's name who presented the initial Microsoft? What was his name? I can't remember.
Douchebag Big Pocket, I think it was.
Because he did an interview, but it got taken down from YouTube. It was about the whole online aspect. Of
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you mean the one that it was just buy an Xbox 360?
Yeah, if you didn't have like, you know, if your internet was unstable and stuff like that, I thought that's really like not the right answer or a answer. And he seemed kind of frustrated when he said it.
Wait, what was the question? I didn't see this interview. What was it?
It wasn't a question. It was more. It was. I think the guy was talking to him about the whole online aspect of Xbox One, and he said, "Well, for those who don't have like maybe stable internet or can't connect to an internet, we do have an Xbox 360 that you can buy."
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
was hilarious.
I
He was
like
stunned by the question.
That's like
He's
saying,
just like-
well, here's a stick. You can
That's
fucking
hilarious.
play with that. There you go.
Yeah, tell them to go dig a hole in their backyard.
You know what I mean?
It's just like, well, you can do the same. You can buy a PS3, or you can buy a PS4, or any other console outside the Xbox One that does the exact same thing. It's just, I don't know. It just sounded really, really, really stupid.
Yeah, I just don't think they were that kind of like ready for E3 at all. And
I think they thought that probably PlayStation was going to do like a very similar thing where it was like no used games, that kind of shit. Because I mean, how could you do that and like you just waste like half your market?
it's just, it was never going to happen. That was the thing. I think kind of PlayStation did it, you know, when they revealed the console earlier on in the year. That kind of forced Microsoft to, you know, look at what they were going to do. And I think because everybody knows that Microsoft present first, and they kind of pay to present first, show off all the titles and everything, and then, because like, yeah, and then just like Sony just comes in and just, there you go. This is what we're going to do. Complete exact opposite of what Microsoft are doing. Cause,
Yeah, you stand there with a shotgun. I'll come and rocket launch your ass.
Yeah. Do you need some Vaseline for that? And that's it. So yeah, it's just.
Did anybody pre-order already?
I haven't yet. I mean, I'm in the process of like working out where I'm going to get it from. And that.
I already got mine pre-ordered.
Yeah, I pre-ordered because like I was worried, you know, because you kind of worry about like, you know, getting one release and stuff like that. So because I actually want to try and get a package out of it, like, you know, maybe a game and something with it.
There is some that you can pre-order and you can get Killzone and Drive Club, but the thing is, like with PS Plus people who've got it and have still got PS Plus when the PS4 comes out, they get PlayStation Plus edition of Drive Club,
Yeah, but apparently it's not the full game though.
Yeah, it's not going to be the full game. It's like it says, it's a PS Plus version, so it's going to be scaled back a little bit.
Yeah,
Perhaps it might not be online. Maybe you have to buy an online pass or something. But as far as I'm aware, that's
What's everyone's take on now that you
have to have PS Plus to play multiplayer?
Yeah.
I'm not that fussed, to be honest. I mean, people have got to look at it this way, right? Now, in order to play online on Xbox, you have to have gold, right? You can have silver and access the store. Now, as far as I know, with the PS Plus, if you don't have it, you can still access the store. It's not going to stop you from accessing that online. It's just that you cannot play a multiplayer game online. But with Xbox Live, you essentially you got nothing. That was it. You just paid your subscription service, and all you got out with it was the ability to play with like 12-year-old kids and screaming, "Oh my God, he's pulled off the quad!" And you know what I mean?
What?
You know what I'm like when they get a quad feed, because they spend like 3 hours dying constantly on COD and just to get like one clip. But with with PS Plus, you get decent stuff for your subscription cost. You actually get rewarded for having it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I only got PS Plus last month, and I do kind of regret not getting it sooner because I've missed out on some really good stuff in the store for nothing. And I mean, as far as I'm quite happy to pay for the PS Plus.
What did come out the other day is that there's actually a kind of a thing to PS Plus is that the publishers or developers don't have to put it within the bracket of the PS Plus to play online. So if they don't, so basically not all games will require you to have a PS Plus membership to play online, which I think is a good thing. But it'd be interesting to see, well, if they fall within that bracket, what's the difference between falling inside the PS Plus membership or falling outside the PS Plus membership? Is there like...
I think it'll probably be stuff like PlayStation exclusive with multiplayer and stuff. And
is it exclusivity? Is it server related? Is it more support? Is it this? Is it that? They haven't really been quite clear on what they mean, or is it just, I don't know, is it just a gimmick? I don't know.
I mean, until more details come out, it's kind of like, it's all second guessing. So, but it will be interesting to see, like, when more stuff comes out over the next few months as to what it's actually going to entail. Because it was kind of like kept on the low about the PS Plus for multiplayer. It didn't really say a lot. I mean, I only found that, when I think it was you and Pop was mentioning it, and then I watched the game trailers rerun of the PlayStation interview. I can't remember his name, like the one of the CEOs or wherever it was, I can't remember his name, little bloke, and he says, like, he kind of explained it. He says it will be PS Plus for multiplayer. He says, but as far as accessing everything else, he says that you don't need to have it. So.
Yeah, I mean, they did kind of cleverly brush over it. They didn't draw any attention to it.
Thanks, Nick.
They did kind of go over it kind of nice and smoothly, so people were like, well, what was going on for a second? Yeah, we have to have PS Plus now to play online?
Huh? You have to have PS Plus to play online?
Just to play multiplayer, play games online. Yeah. We'll go through it again for you, JJ.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've had PS Plus here for a while, and I haven't found anything on the store that I've got to say, like, wow, okay, that was worth having the PS Plus for.
I think the Instant Game Collection.
What's that?
The Instant Game Collection, the free games you get every single month.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't found a game there that, like, okay, well, this was worth it.
Totally worth it.
I thought, like Red Dead Redemption was a pretty good game. Batman Arkham City, was it? That was what.
Arkham City or Arkham Asylum?
I'm pretty sure it was Arkham City.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know what? Then I clearly haven't been using it that much because I didn't see any. I didn't see that.
Well, I mean, we do get different titles to what you get.
Of course we do, yeah.
We're
There is
awesome.
that. Now we normally get the better stuff. I normally gear the shit.
I have an English account, so I can go on there and do it anyway.
Well, yeah, just do it that way. But yeah, I mean, we've had. I mean, you must have had. I mean, there was Hitman not long ago. They've just put Uncharted 3 single player on there.
Yeah.
Demon Souls, which is a decent
That's a
game.
good game, yeah.
And you know, I mean, there's been quite a few good titles been put up.
Yeah, I think it's been a lot
last
worth it
few-
than Gold. Xbox Gold.
Yeah, well, but I did find out, apparently, I think my nephew was telling me, according to it, I think it's from next month, apparently Microsoft are offering 2 titles a month on Xbox Live.
Yeah, you seen what they are though?
Yeah, shite. He told me what one was, and I says, fuck me, that's older than everything.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, that's kind of a big slap in the face. Yeah, we're going to give you 2 free games. They're dirt old, and you could probably get them cheaper than anything else. Yeah, it's just like...
What was it? Is it Assassin's Creed 2?
Yeah.
I can't remember the other one.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Which-
Really?
It was a good game, but look how old it is. If you compare that to the PSN Plus, that put what was it, Hitman Absolution? Is that the one?
Yeah. I mean, that Hitman Absolution that came out just like towards the end of last year.
Yeah, big difference.
That XCOM as well, what's just been put on the store.
Little
that
Big
came
Planet,
out towards-
Carton,
yeah.
and a load of other stuff that is not that old. I mean, there is the odd game that you probably never heard of that was on there, like
Well, yeah, you get that, but...
Is it Kingdoms of Amalur that me and Swamp's been playing, and never heard of it until I saw it on there, and it was actually a good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still playing it now, and it's like, I've got over 100 hours on it, and that's just from exploring and stuff, but...
It's like a Skyrim type game for those that
Oh
don't
god,
know.
that would drive me nuts.
It's one of those things that it's kind of I always seem to get unlucky with because they always release games on there that I already have.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stop buying so many games, Aaron.
I was thinking that, Jojo. I really was. I was thinking
It might help.
I kind of think, should I buy this? It might be like, it might be available in 6 months' time on PS Plus.
Yeah.
That's what you should start thinking.
I really do think like that now because I was thinking, nah, I won't buy The Last of Us because it's a Sony game published by them. It's going to be free sooner or later, I reckon.
Well, to be honest, I mean, if you're going to work that kind of strategy, I mean, you look at Uncharted 3, that's only just come to the store as free single player, and that's been out, now 16 months probably.
Yeah, I know. It's because obviously it's a really popular game. So.
Yeah, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get The Last of Us straight away.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of another thing as well. Like, I mean, what was people's thoughts on getting a console? You know, like, would you have waited? Or was it going to be a release date thing? Because we were talking about this.
Sit outside at midnight and get my console.
Well, because you've got, like, games that are still going to come out on the PS3 that are going to come out on the PS4. And it was like, what do you do? Do you think, like, well, you know, do you get it for the PS3 or do you get it for the PS4?
Like JJ.
Thing.
Did they talk about pricing for PS4 games?
They're about £55.
Yeah, I mean, that's only a guesstimate as well. Nobody says, like, it's an official price.
Well, that's what they're listed as on Amazon right now, $54.99. But again, it's
Taylor's
like...
got that as a
What's that in dollars?
probably about
Like 70?
80. No, how much do you currently pay now for a new release? Is it
60.
like you're probably
$69.99.
looking at around another $15, $16? Yeah.
Shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Why? And this is just a general. Why do they raise the prices just because there's the new generation?
Well, the
It's
thing
not like
is,
it costs anymore to make the game.
because don't forget the raise the price of COD games. You know, that they went up by like a $5 over here. They went up to £45. That's what, you know.
No, you know what? Sorry,
stuff.
I just checked on Amazon and I just checked FIFA 14 for PlayStation 4, and it's still $59.96.
Well, if you get them for cheap, yeah, you probably will get them for cheap with your screwed over here.
Import
Oh yeah,
over.
just so you know, Carlos, FIFA 14, I'm gonna dominate you.
I mean,
Back to
I
the
don't-
game.
I don't think them prices will be far from a guesstimate. I reckon they'll be about at least £50 over here.
Yeah, I think another £5 on top of it, and that's where I reckon it'll probably be. But
I don't see them being too much because obviously what the current generation pricing, they're averaging about 40 quid, so they're going to charge an extra £5 to £10 more or dollars for next gen consoles for the while.
Here's one thing I don't understand. So the games, talking about the prices in dollars. So here, like when Junkie said we pay about $60 a new game, why is that game still about 6-7 months later online, like through the PSN store, still the same price if you're getting it digitally?
Because it's the PSN store, they don't have to reduce the price, do they?
No, but I mean, you would assume to drive more sales. I mean, why? I checked for FIFA. I think FIFA 12. FIFA 12 is still $60. FIFA 12.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with loads of people about why digital content isn't cheaper than hard copies. It should be reduced. I don't see. This is like maintenance for it to be stored on a server, wherever it is.
It's not just that as well. Why it's at that price? Apparently, some people don't have access to some games in certain countries. Like I don't know what it is due to laws or something, but they can get it online. Obviously, they can buy it through the store, and that's the only way some people can get certain games is to buy them online or buy them from other countries. So. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's easier for them to do it.
But you think Sony would want to drive digital content to be bought from them directly? Kind of drive the sales a bit more. It doesn't. If a game's like £40 on the store, but you can get it for like 35, 30 quid when you go out to the shop. I'm not being funny. I know what you mean. Like obviously people can't buy it, but it's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, you'll buy it from the shop, and to be honest, I mean, Sony's still not losing out. I mean, realistically, the game's stored online, and that's it. It's there. I mean, it's up to the people whether they want to buy it or not. Either way, if they got the mindset on buying it, then they're going to buy it. So, but I think you're going to see a lot more of that on, content available. Well, that's what they've said. And you'll get a lot more of the new titles available to buy.
Okay. Here's a good question. If you had choice of one game for next gen, what would it be? Your first game, you can only have one game.
I can only have one game?
Yeah. Just obviously just to start off with, but what game would you pick? You can only have one game to begin with.
What of what's coming out or what's already out?
Pretty much what you're aware of what's coming out.
I think the only thing is really, I mean, you've got Killzone, Drive Club.
Mine is really easy. FIFA 14. Too.
Yeah, but that's not out till next year anyway, is it? Is that out next year or is it out this year?
No, it comes out this year.
It'll be out this year. FIFA 14 Swamps. Come on, we're on FIFA 13.
Yeah, I know that, but
It comes out this year. Swamps.
I don't know. I guess a lot of the titles don't have a date for releasing. I guess I'd probably have to just purely because of I've owned every other one, and that'd be Killzone. I mean,
Killzone bores the shit out of me.
It looks alright, so,
It does look good, yeah. I saw the
I must say, it does actually look pretty good. It looks nice and polished and stuff like that.
And that's it. That'd be purely because it's there, it's a day one release, so, yeah. And you'll get Drive Club as well, like PS Plus.
That's true.
Alright for a couple of games. I mean, the thing is, I'm not putting my PS3 away. That's the thing. That'll be there, right next to the PS4.
I have like 3 PS3 consoles in this house, so I'm going to trade at least. Well, obviously, myself and my brother, we're going to trade ours in, and we're just going to keep the one.
Well, that's it. You'll only need one in the house.
I'm just going to keep one in the house. But no, I'm not going to get rid of my PS3 totally.
I wonder if PSN Plus on PS3 will still offer, games to download like they're currently doing each month.
Apparently.
I mean, I think they'll do it for a while, just because everybody's not going to get a PS4 release day or the first month.
No,
the first 2 months.
Well, I mean, I think we was on about this. They still make titles now for the PS2, don't they? Stuff that comes out now. I know you can still buy FIFA games, like FIFA 13. You can still buy that for the PS2. I mean, it's like it's not as if Sony don't support consoles long after they've, stopped producing them. So I don't think you're going to see PS3 games like just stop. I think he said something like 70 million units have sold, or that's what they estimate, 70 million PS3s at any one time.
What's the hard drive size on the PS4?
500.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's upgradable, whereas an Xbox One,
it's upgradable it's like, what is it, like an SSD drive?
I'd assume it would be.
Not too sure actually what kind of hard drives in there.
I'd assume it'd be solid state. I'd hope it would be, but then again, that's going to be quite costly.
Yeah, it'll be 500 gig SSD drive is quite expensive.
Well, 240 gig SSD drives, depending on what you're looking for, a couple of £100 anyway. Yeah. £200-300, so that's a big chunk of change. But yeah, I can't see why Microsoft just didn't want to do upgradable hard drive. Just, if they're basing their thing as like the all-in-one entertainment system for your home,
you think you're gonna change it?
I don't think they can. I don't think they will. Why just only offer a 500 gig hard drive if they're pushing, digital content download, TV, film, music, and everything else? 500 gigs not really a lot.
No,
it's not.
It's kind of annoying me about the same with the Vita, because the Vita cards, they're not cheap at all to buy.
No.
I've got all these games that I can actually play, but
I don't know where to store.
I don't know. Yeah, I've got nowhere to store them. Like, I have to delete games to play games, and because I was waiting for them to go down, the memory cards, but
they're not.
They're not going down at all. They're still like quite expensive. It's like, I have to agree. They're pushing all this digital content, but they're not pushing, the hard drive space to go with them.
I think they will eventually.
They will do eventually, but the problem is that they're doing all this content now, like all this digital content now, and like because I bought my brother bought Last of Us off the PSN store,
right?
And that's like 24 gig.
Yeah, it's quite big.
I think I've only got a 250 one. It's a quarter. It's a quarter of my drive already.
I have a 75 gig one, I think. Fat one, the one of the originals.
The original fat ones.
Yeah, and this thing, like I downloaded, what was it, Super Street Fighter, or one of the Street Fighter games of the PSN Plus thing.
Yeah.
And I had to delete a bunch of stuff just to get the game on it. I couldn't. I think I had to delete my Gran Turismo 5 data, all that stuff, just to get that game on it.
Yeah, this is the thing now. Because Microsoft onto Blu-ray now, so most of their content is going to be quite big for digital downloads. It's going to be, you're going to be looking at 24, 25 gig.
Average.
Just like, say, a basic size for a game. If they're kind of pushing it, before you got 10 games on there, and you make 10, 12 games, and you basically everything else on there, and you've got no fucking hard drive space left, so you're gonna have to start deleting stuff.
That's gonna be painful to download.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing with Microsoft. It's like you buy a game, you can install it on your hard drive, and that's it. You don't have to have the disc in or wherever, and so that's what they push for. But it's just people are gonna have to kind of start deleting stuff after they've,
True.
If they want to put a new game on, they're going to have to uninstall some or delete it. And then what happens, like, say, a couple of weeks down the line, they want to play it again, and they're going to have to delete something else. And then I'd just get fed up of doing that. I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone heard much on PlayStation's cloud service that they're offering? They kind of skimmed over it.
No, I haven't heard anything.
I know it's being released next year. I think first in America. But it's going to
better than you.
But it's going to be accessible on all consoles now, PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. But they've been very quiet about it. So
perhaps they just don't want to release too much because of Microsoft doing cloud service. Possibly. They don't want them eating into their stuff. What they're doing, I don't know. Because does anybody notice how remarkably similar the the Microsoft console, the controller. It's got that stupid little light at the front. Anybody knows how similar that was to the PlayStation?
Well, it was like everyone said the PlayStation was similar to the Xbox, just like in terms of design, the whole box itself. They just said that the PlayStation 4 was the Xbox One in italics. I think someone said.
I thought it, when I first saw it, it kind of looked a little similar.
Sorry.
No, go on.
When I first saw the PS4, I thought it was like the old PS2.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought, wow, they've kind of styled it similar to how the PS2 was with the fins on it and stuff. And I really do like the way the PS4 looks. I think it looks like a console, not like a Betamax video player or whatever. But I mean, you look at the Xbox One and you think, really, you're like a multi-billion fucking corporation, and it looks like you could just get some kid a pile of fucking crap to mold into a console, and that's what it could come up with. I mean, how could you not spend more than $20 on like styling? To be honest,
I mean,
it's shit.
I was actually surprised. I mean, considering all technology these days is meant to be so much smaller. How big
it is
are, and well, I mean, this is if you want to have a quick look, that's a size comparison of what they actually look like.
Yeah, I saw that.
It
just it's a bit big.
I mean, the PlayStation 4, I reckon, looks nicely sized, but I'm not too sure if it's what's in the Xbox in terms of the Kinect features or what pushes it like.
But the Kinect is external, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like kind of maybe hardware in terms of what's in the console. I know the Kinect itself is.
Yeah, but I can't see any hardware of the Kinect actually being inside the console.
No, because it was in the original Xbox, so it's not going to be in the new one.
Because
no, sorry, go on.
Well, once you have that Kinect sensor, or whatever they're calling it now, it's just down to the software, just reading what it's looking at. Obviously, it's a little more complicated than that, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
I think that the reason why the Xbox One is so big is because of the Blu-ray drive. It's their first console with the Blu-ray drive in, and I've got a funny feeling they're getting like some really old type Blu-ray design of a drive. They're not getting like the brand new one, because obviously they've got to pay for Blu-ray drives and stuff, and they're not going to opt for like an ultra slim what you're getting now in the PS3 and stuff, which it is. Yeah. Because you look how small the PS3's got to now to like the super slim, and that just gives some credit to. I mean, the original. Because if you look at the consoles itself, I don't know what that is. It's just that the PS3 Blu-ray drive has got really small, and I just think that's why the Microsoft one's so big.
Yeah, it could very well be, because obviously it's royalties and stuff like that, and the better the Blu-ray drive, the more they'd have to pay, and possibly.
How much do people know about the actual features of PSN? The sharing type stuff they were going on about. They got also cross-game chat. That's now on PS4, but I'm not too keen on this all. Some share button on the controller.
Yeah, they've got rid of the start select.
Yeah, how does that? I don't know how it works exactly, but I'm guessing like if you're in a game, you can press this button and it'll. I don't know what options it will show, but you can actually bring somebody into your game to help you out.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I've heard that my nephew.
Yeah, you'll need help a lot, Chunky.
Yeah, my nephew said that it'll do like your last 20 seconds of gameplay as well when you hit the share button. That's another feature that.
Oh, live streaming will be.
Yeah, I think it uploads it like so you can kind of do like hints and tips, like if somebody's stuck somewhere and you can kind of do a tutorial on how to get past a certain area and stuff. That's what nephew says, and he kind of reads up on this stuff. Like,
that's something that bugged me about the Xbox One is it's getting Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Twitch feature.
Yeah, that bothers me.
They got a DVR inside the Xbox.
Yeah.
So you can actually record like on your Xbox, so like you don't need to have like any external recording system.
Yeah.
I
Let me ask you a
think it's
question. With all this sharing, like right, let's you can share to what is it, to Ustream? I think it's with the PSN, with the
Yeah.
PS4, right? How is that? I mean, how the fuck are these companies going to handle all this bandwidth? Because I'm assuming a lot of people are going to just start sharing stuff, right?
Well, I.
How would I mean, no, me neither. Really, nobody wants to watch me play. But
No shit.
Except maybe when I beat you in FIFA, Junkie. But like
That doesn't happen though.
Oh, really? In terms of the bandwidth, that's going to be a lot of bandwidth being thrown out there.
I reckon they'll like put a cap on it.
It's going to be limited, similar to what you're getting on Call of Duty Black Ops.
You know how like Black Ops 2 works. If you don't have a certain amount of upload, you won't be able to.
But the quality of the Black Ops 2.
Yeah, they're awful. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, but I reckon they'll still put some sort of cap on it where you have to have X amount of uploads to do some sort of like sharing. I'd be surprised if they don't.
I just think that's going to completely ruin Twitch now.
Yeah.
It's just going to.
You're gonna have a whole bunch of 12-year-olds just.
Yeah, a bajillion streams on Twitch of like Xbox One.
That's if a bajillion people buy it.
Yeah,
I'm guessing not.
12.
According to Amazon, 2,130.
Yeah.
Something like that. Two buttons.
So who's actually gonna get that Watch Dogs? Because apparently that's like the biggest selling title for the next gen console.
It does look really good, but
it kind of looks alright, but it kind of just, I don't know, it just doesn't really impress me that much.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think I probably won't. I don't know what. I'm probably gonna if there's a bundle. Will it be? I don't think it'll be included in the bundle. Is it out on release or when launch, or is it like?
It is. I think it's a release day or close to it.
I don't know if it's in the bundle. Otherwise, I'll probably just not buy a game for a while and just leech off the PSN store.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the only PS4 bundle is Killzone and Drive Club.
I'll probably buy Ghosts then.
Too, I think. There was an article a while ago that it was said that Watch Dogs would be released on the PS4 before the PS3. I think so. That they reckon they kind of narrowed down the time frame for that the PlayStation 4 will be released I think between the 19th and the 22nd of November.
That's multi-platform as well, isn't it?
I'm on Amazon right now, and it is a Battlefield 4, the Battlefield 4 bundle, Killzone bundle, Knack bundle, and Watch Dogs bundle.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you get more in the way of bundle. It's like we're kind of limited to who like it's more the companies whatever they can get as a deal, package deal like for a bundle. And so far, all I'm really seeing is stuff like it's all they're putting together is initial day one release games with a bundle. So we know Drive Club's coming out, and we know Killzone's coming out, and that's about it.
But here's the thing: so it's there's a Battlefield and PS Plus launch bundle. That's $499.
Huh.
I can't see any
Watch Dog launch bundle, and it's $459.
Yeah, I'm on the UK Amazon store, and I'm not seeing any bundles at all.
Yeah, do you know what? I was just thinking the exact same thing, and no bundles here at all.
Let's see what game I got then.
Maybe they haven't sorted bundles for EU. Maybe there's because how they do just different stuff and for EU and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What sells most, what pre-orders are like, and
I wouldn't be surprised if for Europe they do the FIFA bundle. Just because it's huge over there.
Yeah, it will do. I mean, initially when it comes out and stuff, you'll get the bundles then. The more games that come out, the more bundles you'll get. But it's just
there hasn't been a release date on it. But if there's the Division bundle, that'll be me. Either that or Watch Dogs, I think. Probably one of the two I'll choose out of. Any other games I'll probably wait for. I mean, actually thinking about it, who's actually going to get a Call of Duty on current gen?
No.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, if you don't get it on, like, say you don't get current gen consoles, say Call of Duty Ghosts comes out, you know, after PS4's out, which if they're saying that it's going to be out like towards the end of November, I mean, it's got an early release date, hasn't it? Ghosts this year, it's like 5th. 5th of November, so it's a few days earlier than what it normally would be. So, I mean, what you're going to do, you're going to hang on a couple of weeks, because, you know, majority of people don't want to play it as soon as they come out. So, I mean, what you're going to do, you're going to think...
do you reckon that'll work? Kind of, you know, going from PS3 to PS4, kind of networking?
I can't see it's going to be any different.
I think it'll just cross over. Otherwise, you think that there'll be a lack of, you know, on PS4 because I don't know. You know, it depends on how well it sells, I suppose. But
I mean, it should be anyway. But it was just kind of.
I would assume there'll be a cross.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if it isn't. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's hard to do.
Yeah, it's they're using the same network anyway, aren't they? So
yeah.
So it shouldn't be an issue, but it'd be interesting.
They should have PCs.
It'd be interesting to see
play the PC
with the graphics difference between the two. What it would be like, kind of, you know, whether people with next gen will have an advantage because of the graphics difference in that respect.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, you think the graphics is going to be what's going to give them an advantage?
Yes, JJ.
I don't know what you've been smoking lately, Slayer.
Does anybody think, though, that we're going to be able to play against PS3 players on a PS4?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
I mean, essentially, it's on the same network, because that's what they've said. It's basically it's the same network. They're
Actually,
not
maybe
bringing anything
not.
else in.
Maybe not, because if you're having to pay for online now, they
The
might
PS3,
keep it separate from PS3. But then again, isn't that down to the developer or the publisher of the game?
Yeah. I was saying this swamps that. It doesn't. You don't have to. It's up to the publisher or developer if they want to.
Well,
bracket.
Considering it's Activision, I expect it'll be PS4 only then, because they'll do everything they can to make as much money from it, and that'll be in-game sales.
Yeah, because I mean, this is like the thing, isn't it? They're all pushing for microtransactions. That's what they reckon is going to be the biggest, you know, the big business. It's going to be microtransactions.
That's been big for a while now.
Yeah.
But the issue with the PS3 is that apart from Black Ops 2, which they added. Sorry, one second, got distracted. In PS, I was looking at the message. Black Ops 2 on PS3, they added a weapon, which is a first. You know, you could get an extra weapon, and that couldn't really be done. It can't really be done well because of the lack of RAM on the PS3. And with the PS4, you can expect that Activision will tell them put as many weapons as you can that people can buy. You know, so.
Yeah, do you know what I think? What I liked about, you know, it's a bit off topic, that creators were like Respawn, Titanfall. They said they weren't going to do like that milking of like microtransactions and DLC and stuff like that. They weren't interested in stuff like that.
I hate that type of thing. I really do.
It's just really, really too much of a money making thing, and it's really like, you know, Black Ops 2. If you think about it, you pay £40 for the game.
Yeah.
And then you £40 for the season pass, and then you talked about another 20, 30, £40 for like microtransactions.
Yeah,
so
camos and classes.
Yeah, classes. Seriously, it's just got to a point where it's actually sad.
I mean, I can see it that being okay for competitive, but you know, to be honest, how many competitive people are there on PS3? It's the competitive scene is on Xbox. Yeah, just you.
It's just so sad.
But it's stuff that people buy. It's purely because they see like other people got it, and they think, well, got to be good, so I'll buy that, and I'll buy that, and I'll buy that, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get some responses probably from JJ, but I do feel like an idiot for buying the season pass now for Black Ops 2.
I bought it. I bought it as well.
It's just like, oh my God.
I bought it though because I play a lot of Black Ops 2 with my nephew in combat training, just offline.
And that's fair enough because you can both use it because you've got, you can use it on both systems.
Yeah.
So that's
right.
a good thing. But I mean, how much was it?
38 something, I think.
38.99. Well, I bought it for 42 at that point. I think it was 42.
I mean, did you get all the camos and stuff that came out?
No, you don't. That's the annoying thing.
I was annoyed. And the thing is, we've only got 2 of the DLCs at the moment, haven't we?
Yeah, because there's not been that much, has there?
There's only been 2 so far for us. I'm not sure there's another one on Xbox yet.
I'm sure there's one on the way, I think.
Is it 2, Aaron? Uprising, I can't remember the other one.
I want to say it's 1. I don't think
I've got 2.
Because the last one came with that Mob of the Dead, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is that one out on the PS3? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh maybe you're right. Maybe we did get 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only been 2, and that's kind of a poor showing.
I mean,
it's 8 months after release, and you've only got 2.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's one more than they did on COD 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Treyarch. You normally expect like at least 3, maybe 4.
I don't know if the other one's been out on Xbox yet. I don't know.
No, I haven't seen or heard anything. I mean, it was really weird, like the last DLC for Black Ops 2, because for PS3 and PC, because they kind of just like, oh, by the way, the map packs are out today. For me, it was just like, oh, the map packs are out today. That was it. There was like no thing like, you know how they normally like every month.
Yeah.
7 days to.
Yeah, they don't hype it up, do they?
Yeah, no, this didn't get hyped up at all. It was just like, oh, maps are out today. Woo. It's like really weird. I think obviously they know it's just a dying breed. It's just dying out. It's just, and then they've got this new stupid voting system about pick your.
Oh yeah, saw that.
Oh, why don't you just release them all for a fair price? Come on, be serious now. Come on, like why would I want to choose packs? Give me them all.
Come on.
Yeah, be nice, please.
It's like you don't go. All right, we'll have these 2. We'll have these 2 maps, but we don't want the other 2.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that though, because I mean, you look at half the DLC that we bought. What was it on? Oh, what was that one? Was it the last? Was it the last COD when we ended up like, oh yeah, we was getting the DLC and stuff, and we just never played the maps because they were shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, you get 4 maps, and probably 1 was all right. I mean, if you had the chance to buy just that 1, then you would. I'd rather buy just that 1, not have to buy all of them just to play 1 map. And now, I mean, like when we play Modern Warfare, literally after we had the DLC, I mean, like we'd play the maps for like a couple of hours, and then you'd never touch them again because they were garbage. So.
It's easier said than done though, because the reason is it's, with camo you can go, yeah, I'll have that one, but you can't do the same with a map. You have to play it to know what it's like and how it plays out and whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, but just give it a trial, let you play it like a couple of times, and then that's it. You've got the choice then of whether you want to buy it or not.
I'd rather burn your pocket and pull your money out.
Yeah, but I just don't do that anymore. I just don't buy DLC. I mean, I'm glad I got rid of Black Ops when I did. It was just like, I weren't playing it. It was gathering dust, and so sod it. Get some money for it while I can.
I have jumped on since. It's just awful. It's just pointless playing.
Yeah, I played with Junkie
the
other day, and it was okay. I wouldn't say it was bad because I kind of accepted that. I went in. I joined expecting like not to do well. I didn't expect to go. I expected positive, but not like decent scores. But I mean, it was difficult on the 3 bars anyway. There was like I don't know why we don't get lag comp. It seems like we get 3 bar connection, and we don't get the lag comp. But when we come up against like Spanish people or something like that, they're miles ahead of us.
I always think that perhaps it's something to do with the region that the players are in. That's what I think it is. I think it recognises that other countries have got like the shittiest internet possible. And, and because they know that there's fibre optics in the UK, and it has been for a while, and that they must think that, the connection, they must know whether the connection's poor or not.
It depends kind of what region you are, because I have a few friends that live in Spain and Portugal and stuff like that, and some of them have standard UK connections, maybe 6 down and or a meg up or whatever. But then some of them have ridiculous fibre optic connections where he gets 120 down and 60 up, and pings are next to nothing, 1 or 2 milliseconds. And so it's kind of one of those things where I don't know, it's a gamble. What kind of lobbies you get and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit kind of, I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of, actually, I think thinking about it, I'm just kind of getting sick of online in general.
I'm not.
I don't know, it's just me. It's just getting fed up with the whole kind of. I like sometimes just sitting back and just strolling through a couple of single player games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's
I think it's just the game.
Always nice.
It's just the online for Call of Duty. That's just.
That's the point where it's just crap. That's it.
I think Call of Duty ruins it for the rest of online. In the sense how easy it is to pick up, but how rubbish it is, and then you just can't be bothered to pick up another multiplayer because it's harder to pick up, i.e. Battlefield and other multiplayer games, maybe Uncharted or whatever. They're harder to pick up because there's more of a grind to it, and you're not really too sure how to play it. And then when you do pick it up, they've been playing it for so long, you think, I'm so far behind, I have no idea how these maps work, and I'm just going triple negative, and it's just no fun.
What do you guys, we've talked about this before, last year on the last podcast, but what do you guys think about the Battlefield series? Because I bought Battlefield 3, I played it for a month, and I liked it. I just never really got back into it because not a lot of people played it. Not a lot of people I have on my friends list played it, I meant.
I've always been a fan of the Battlefield series, and, I'm still a fan of the Battlefield series, and, it's just, it does kind of suck bollocks, if there's nobody else online to play, but it's not as if you can't just go into a server and piss people off by, jumping in a plane and just ramming them. And I do. It doesn't bother me. I will play it online on my own, but it is nice to play have people there. It's just, I think it's just having somebody else to talk to.
The best part about Battlefield 3 was close quarters. Absolutely excellent.
Well, that's free now. You can download that from the store for nothing. It was to do with E3, and apparently there was some amount of game hours totaling over 1 billion or something game hours played online. So they did it the close quarters pack was free. If you weren't a premium member, you can download it for free up until the 18th, 17th or 18th of this month, depending on what region you're in. So, but you have to access it from the in-game store. It won't be there on the store. So I downloaded it. So I'll give that a whirl when my thieving nephew comes back with my copy of Battlefield 3.
You'll enjoy it. It's actually fun. You get a lot of deaths out of it to begin with, but it is a lot more fun than just training across the map for a mile and a half.
On what on a game mode I kind of like the game mode things though. And you don't have to run that far. You just spawn off a team, join the squad.
I like the fact that the maps are big. I like that. I like the fact you can, what Squam said, you can get in a plane or a helicopter or a tank and just roll out.
It is a good thing in one sense, but you're always kind of
behind the action.
You're not in the action. You're not in the action. You always have to get to the action, and a lot of the time for me, because I don't play it a lot, by the time I get to the action, I'm dead.
Yeah,
because you suck.
It's because you're running around thinking you're playing COD.
Do you ever run down to a building and then there's
no, I don't do that.
Surprise tank.
I live.
Come behind the building. Surprise tank. Boom.
Yeah.
Surprise, bitch.
Yeah.
I think one of the last times that me and you played it, Pop. Remember, all we did was just kept shooting everybody's air support down.
Yeah, that was fun.
As soon as Chopper come up, that was it. He was fucking gone.
It was hopeless trying to win the game because our teammates were
really bad.
Hands, yeah. So we were just shooting down airplanes and all sorts, whatever was in the sky.
We were capturing everything.
It was funny.
It was out and just you could tell they were getting annoyed. They were just trying so hard, and it was just really funny. As soon as stuff spawned, like a helicopter, you'd see it rise, and that was it, it's gone.
Talking about like taking stuff down and that, it seems like they've made it a bit easier to take out like vehicles in the next Battlefield.
I've never found it hard to take vehicles out.
I mean, like solo, maybe. No, that's because in Battlefield it seems it's a lot easier if it's a team effort.
Yeah, it's always easier if it's a team effort. It always has been. I mean, like you'd normally rely on somebody to trace stuff, and then everything else lock on.
Yeah, but with Call of Duty, you could do it on your own. It would take a while, but it could be done. But with Battlefield, it kind of just longs out when you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
Just seems they made it a bit easier, like in the multiplayer gameplay, where they're in an underground car park and he destroyed the pillar and just like kind of immobilized the tank.
Yeah.
Couldn't move. I thought that was actually a pretty nice touch.
Yeah, that was quite good. I just think the thing now, Call of Duty, everything's easy. And what was it? Getting like weird echo.
Yeah, I just got that weird echo too.
Somebody got their headset there.
No.
I don't know.
Probably Aaron.
I haven't turned it up.
No, it's just weird. I keep getting this strange echo.
Wait, one thing I want to discuss before we leave. What did you
want to discuss?
Discuss. I saw that video, I think, like last week. Swamps.
Yeah?
So you got The Last of Us, right? I think Aaron mentioned you got it too, or your brother?
I have got it. I've just spent the day downloading it, but yeah, I will play it.
Swamps, you like it?
I think it's brilliant. I really do. The more I play it, the more I get into it. Initially, it was like, it just... Because I saw a stream yesterday or the day before, a guy playing it, and he said kind of the same. Initially, it kind of feels like a little bit of a grind. Maybe, because I think Pop mentioned, some people said it was repetitive and that. But I think the more you progress and the more you get into the story, it does. It gets better. It really does. I think the biggest issue that some people have is the fact that you have to, you've got to scavenge for stuff. You have to look. You have to make sure. I mean, if you don't look in areas that you travel to and stuff and you move to, you're not going to be able to pick up stuff to craft.
I just find myself running out of bullets really quickly.
You will do. I mean, you've got to pick your shot. Yeah, I mean, the biggest key of the game is like using stealth. Because if you hold down R2, you get the syringe thing. So you've got to use that. I mean, the clickers, as soon as they detect you, the thing to do is just to stand still, just to stop moving. And obviously, you've got to kind of move stealthy. And the other enemies, like the other ones that have been bitten, they can direct see you. So I mean, it's no good. Like the clickers can't see you unless you're like by the sonar. But the other ones that have been turned can direct. They can still see you. So the issue that some people are having, they're moving around thinking that they can't be seen, but they can, and then they wonder why they get attacked and stuff. But I mean, ammo, sometimes it can be in short supply, but I mean, I don't think I've run out of ammo on. I mean, I've got quite a few guns now, and I don't think I've actually. I'll run out of something on another one, but then I'll just go and use something else. But I'm really, really liking it. Really liking it. It's quite impressive. I mean,
it's a good game. Visually, it's really nice.
It is. I mean, the cinematic, like the cutscenes and stuff, they're just like.
And the cutscenes, Naughty Dog, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, look at Uncharted.
Yeah.
So it goes from like movie scene or like part of the story, and right into the game.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I like that. I mean, it's like it feels like you're playing an interactive movie.
Yeah. It feels like it's been done really, really well. It does. I just don't think I've had. I mean, the only issue I've had is like my game didn't save properly. I was playing it on the day of release for a few hours, and then I went to it the next day, and I'd literally lost a couple of hours gameplay. For some reason, it never saved.
There was a known issue about that. They fixed it.
Yeah. Apart from that, that's it. I'm just a bitch with the game.
And have you tried multiplayer?
I did. I can't quite figure it out. It's kind of weird. it's called Factions.
Yeah, it's called Factions. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like 2 game modes. There's one like I think it's survival. You have to scavenge stuff and that, and then the other one it's just like it's like you kill everybody and that's it. That's the objective of the game is just kill every member of the other team. I only played like a couple of games, and I just thought because like the controls are slightly different to any to how I'd expect Uncharted to be. I think it's like in order to run you got to hold down L2.
Yep.
And I think it was Square on Uncharted, I think. I'm not sure. Can't quite remember, but yeah, it felt quite alien after I played 2 games, and I thought, I think I'll stick to playing the single player, get used to the controls and moving about and stuff, and figuring out, because in the one game mode, you scavenge stuff so you can create it as well while you're playing multiplayer, so you can create stuff like armor and that, so... And I thought, well, it's probably best if I just play the single player, get used to doing everything and that. And then once I've done that, I'll just play the multiplayer after.
But do you think it's too dark sometimes? I mean, I know the point of it is supposed to, it's a desolate city, shit happen, whatever. But I think it's some parts where it's really, really dark.
Well, I mean, you could have adjusted the brightness before you started playing, but I don't think I've come across that issue where I mean, there's some parts like in buildings and stuff where it's like completely pitch black and you can't see. But I just stick my flashlight on and then I'm alright. Or I'll use the stealth, and then that'll give me an indication of whether anybody in front of me, and that's it. And then if there's nothing showing up, I just carry on, and I don't have to worry about anything turning up. But, yeah.
So, final verdict: Xbox One or PS4?
Xbox? No, PS4.
PS4. Definitely.
Wii U.
Yeah, we forgot about the Wii U.
Like the Mega Drive.
So is everybody getting it release day?
Yeah, I probably will.
What?
Yeah, it'd be safe to say, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I've started my PS4 fund already. And yeah, I've got like just over a third of it already, so I'm doing well.
If you trade in your PlayStation,
I don't want to trade it in, because then I'm just stuck with basically I ain't going to get my money back for it, so what's the point of selling it?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
I mean, I've got all the games. It's not as if I'm just not ever going to play the games at all. I mean, you always find same as it is now with the console. You always think Jesus Christ, I've got no games to play, and I've got 60 plus games, and then whatever else I've got on PlayStation Plus, and it's just I'm bored of my games. So yeah, I'll get that feeling on the PS4. So at least I'll still have the PS3 to jump on. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but not getting rid of it. Gonna sit next to me PS2 4 thing. So,
It's gonna sit next to my Nintendo Entertainment System. Like a boss.
No.
Oh, don't you do it.
How you do what?
I popped in Assassin's Creed, and this lady just came up trying to ask for money, so I smashed her in the head with a hammer.
Which one are you playing?
Brotherhood.
Okay. I still haven't played 3. Is it 3?
I borrowed 3 from a friend. Yeah. I borrowed 3 from a friend. It was by far the worst out of all of them. And I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I love it.
Yeah.
The single player story, it just interests me. But Assassin's Creed 3 was awful, and this Black Flag, I think they're just getting away from what worked, and now they're just getting ridiculous. I don't want to be a pirate. I don't give a shit about being a pirate. Yeah. If I wanted to be a pirate, I probably would have tried a little bit harder in baseball and ended up being on the Pirates. And they suck. They're the worst team ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's I want to be an assassin. I want to be
Yeah, I want to kill shit. I don't want to be on a ship where I have a bunch of
I'm quite looking forward to that.
No,
well, good for you, Swamps. I'm proud of you.
Same story, and it was all right. Finished it, but it wasn't as good as Brotherhood.
I mean, I know I'm saying it's all pirate chippy and stuff and that, we're all being a pirate and that, but I don't know. I think it's just part of the next step in the story. It's just kind of as they progress through time on the last few, Assassin's Creed and that, they're just moving further on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I understand what they're trying to do with it. They're moving, like progressing in like years, so it's getting closer to like the. But at the end of the Assassin's Creed 3, whenever you guys get to it, like that ending is just shit.
I'll skip that and then I'll just get to number 4.
Isn't
Like-
Assassin's Creed 4 a prequel?
I honestly don't know. Is it a How can you go 3 to 4 and then have it be a prequel? That was like kind of why they did like Brotherhood and all that shit, because they didn't want to make it directly after 2.
Well, because I haven't played it through to the end, but I thought that 4 goes back to his dad or his like great granddad or whatever it is. It goes
I'm gonna
back.
go back to your dad.
No, I think it's still him.
You're talking about what's his tits?
Connor.
Yeah, I think it's still Connor.
Really? I thought
I
it was
think
something.
so.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the synopsis, and I thought it was a new guy. But hey ho.
I don't know. Like the thing is just like it's. I don't know. The ending of 3 was just absolutely one of the most terrible endings I've ever seen in a video game. Like I thought they were gonna like actually like progress the story or end it, and they basically didn't either.
Oh, you know what? I think you might be right. It's Edward Kenway. That's Connor's grandfather.
Yeah, so it's gone back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it goes back. Yeah.
Ezio did kill civilians. That's why I'm doing it.
All right,
preaching
guys.
to people?
So I hope you enjoyed this yearly podcast. See you next year. And,